Truth Seekers, it's me, Patience, and today we're going to be learning how to play Animo.
So, Patience, what is the first thing that you need in order to play Animo?
Your Truth Seeker.
All right, and what is the second thing that you need in order to play Animo?
You need your tally marker.
Your tally markers?
Yep.
All right, and what else do you need?
You need your markers for when you're using on play.
Okay. And what do you need to draw your Animo and power cards and whatnot?
Your deck.
You need a deck. Okay? All right, so Patience. When you first begin your game of Animo and it's your turn, what's the first thing that you do?
You draw 5 cards from your deck.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
Dad.
Okay. So once you've drawn your 5 cards, what do?
You can place any level 1 Animo into your small group.
Okay.
And then if you have power cards,
Yeah.
you can place them down.
How many power cards can you place down at each turn?
1.
Okay. How many level 1 Animo can you play in your small group each turn?
4.
Because how many Animo can you have in your small group at a time?
4.
All right. And what else do you have in your hand?
I have Trusty level 2, Peter's Vision, and Frankincense.
Okay. All right. All right. So would you like to play your story card yet?
No.
All righty. So would you like to discard any number of cards from your hand? Discard Trusty level 2. Because the more Trustees in your discard pile, the better Trustee is, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now would you like to discard any of the other 2 cards you have in your hand?
No.
All right then. So.
Yeah.
All right, Levi. So you decide you're going to keep those cards in your hand?
Yep.
All right then. So are you done with your setup phase then?
Yes.
All right. Would you like to move to your scoring phase?
Yes.
Okay. So what would you like to do for your scoring phase? Okay. Your scoring phase is when you're able to activate your Animo. Would you like to activate Believer and get some points?
Yes.
All right. How much power? How many power cards does Believer cost?
A Faith and a Universal.
Okay.
Universal means any power card. Any power card that you have.
Okay. So you're going to pay the cost, and how do you pay the cost?
You take 1, 2, or even all your things, and you put them on your power cards.
The power cards you're using to pay for the cost.
And your Truth Seeker also counts as a power card.
All right. Now. All right. So, since you've activated your Animo, how many virtue points do you get?
6.
Why do you get 6 virtue points?
Because I don't have an active city.
Okay. But where does it say 6 on the card?
Up in the corner by their name.
All righty. And so then you're going to move. So how do you show that you've gained 6 points?
You take your markers and you move them to the points you have. If you get more than a 9, then you go to the next one, which would be 10.
Okay.
But I only have 6.
Okay. Now, what's the other thing that happens? Believer has an action. What is his action?
Search your discard pile for any 1 Faith Animo and put it in your hand.
Okay. Now, actions are also optional, so you don't have to do them.
I don't want to.
All right, then. Now, what happens after you've activated the Animo and gotten your points?
You discard.
Okay.
take your markers and put them back.
Okay. That'll work. So, now your opponent would have a turn, right?
Yep.
All right, but we don't have an opponent in this demo game, right?
Yes.
All right. So now we're going to say it goes back to your turn. Now what do you do?
So I have 2 cards. I draw 3 more.
Okay. Yep, so it is the beginning of her turn, so she reaches her draw phase, so she's going to draw 3 cards, so that way she draws up to 5 cards. So now she has 5 cards in her hand. So now what would you like to do?
I will put this down.
Okay, moving on to your setup phase.
My setup phase.
Armorino. Hey, I have an idea.
What?
Instead of playing your power card, how about you keep that in your hand? Okay.
Or I could use Mae's power.
Exactly. So
her power is you may draw 2 cards for each Faith power card you discard from your hand.
Yep. And then you get to draw 2. Do those cards help you out more?
Yes.
All right. Did you draw another power card?
Nope.
Okay. Well, you also have Armorino level 1 now.
Yep.
And he has an ability.
Once per turn, as long as this card is in your small group, you may place 1 Faith power from your discard pile into your power pool.
Yep. You see why I said you should keep it in your hand? All right. So what else did you get?
I got another frankincense, and I got Illumini level 2, and I got Illumini Ultra level 1.
Okay. So, I'm going to make a suggestion for you.
Uh-oh. What is that?
How about you play your Lumini Ultra into your small group? And how about you use your Peter's Vision on him? Because that's going to shuffle him back in your deck, and you can just go grab a Lumini level 1. Since you don't have 4 power cards yet, I figured that might help you out a little bit more.
Probably best.
Levi found a flashlight.
Oh.
Baby Lumini.
Yep.
And then Big Lumini goes in the deck. And then you get to shuffle your deck. Would you like me to shuffle it for you?
Yes.
Okay.
And then...
Yep. And then his ability activates.
When this card is played from your hand, you grow Lumini level 1. You may look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Discard as many of those cards as you desire and return the rest to the top of the deck in any order.
Okay. So you look at the top 5. Okay, so what did you see?
I got a Fetchy level 1, True Blue level 1, Maciel level 1, Scorch Mega, SNE, and another True Blue level 1.
Okay. Do you want to discard any of those? I would say keep the penguins. So you're going to discard Maciel? Okay. And then you're going to put those 3 back on top of your deck. In any order you want. So now you know that you're going to draw those 3 cards next turn.
Yeah.
Now you'll notice that Armorino has a Faith discard cost, and so does Lumini level 2.
That means I can do that and that.
Okay. So, would you like to go ahead and activate both of them? And move to your score phase?
Yes.
Okay, so what does frankincense do?
Frankincense lets you get rid of, instead of discarding a faith power card, you get to keep that power card.
Okay. Is that helpful?
Yes, very helpful.
Okay. All right. Now, normally you can't discard your True Seeker, right?
Yeah.
So, True Seekers can't be used to pay for your discard cost, but since you converted their cost, now you can. Alrighty. So now, how many virtue points do you gain?
13.
Okay. Increase your score by 13. Actually, 19 is correct.
19 is correct?
Yep. Because you had 6. 6 plus 13 is 19. Alrighty. So now Lumini and Armorino goes to your discard pile. Right? And now your opponent will have a turn. And then after your opponent's turn, it goes back to your turn.
Yep.
Alright, don't forget to remove your markers.
And since I have no cards in my hand, I get to draw 5.
Yep, and you know what 3 of those cards are. Okay. Would you like to use Mae's ability?
Mae?
Yeah.
No.
Because you have True Blue.
But True Blue, what does
So,
okay.
so she discards her Faith Power card to draw 2 cards. That's awesome. Would you like to use your story card? So look at the top 7. Actually, before you do that, I have an idea. You have 2 penguins in hand, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Play both your penguins. All right. So the next thing you're going to do is you are going to use True Blue to go grab back your Lumini. Level 1. And now the penguin goes to the discard pile because you're swapping them. Okay? Yep, and now you get to look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Okay. Do you see any power cards in there?
1.
Okay, you're going to keep those there. And you should probably go ahead. And what's that other story card you got there?
Letter to
Thessalonica. Thessalonica.
Thessalonica.
Good job. Alrighty. And so now you have some trustees in there.
2.
Okay. How about you discard this story card? Okay. So that was Hidden Treasure. And now you'll know that you'll see these 4 cards with copper coins, right? Do you want to discard one of the trustees for you to have later on?
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. And now you're going to return the other ones back to the top of your deck in any order. Okay. So. Okay. So now play Copper Coin. Well, you haven't used its effect yet. So you play Copper Coin. So now you look at the top 7 cards of your deck to see if you have any power cards there. Seven. All right. Now, did you get any extra power cards that way? Nope. You still got the 1 there, but it counts. So put the 1 there into your power pool. Yeah. Alrighty. And then Copper Coin says that you have to shuffle your deck afterwards. Would you like me to shuffle again for you?
Yep.
Alright, so Copper Coins go to the discard pile. Mm-hmm. Alright, here's your deck back. Okay, now would you like to play your Lumini Ultra into your small group? Would you like to give your opponent a big old Cine?
Yep.
Alright, so you give your opponent a big old Cine, and now they're facing down with a 16 defense Cine.
Bam!
Alright. So now here's the next question.
What?
Would you like to use Lumini Ultra to get 15 points this turn?
Yes.
Alrighty, and then that's 14. Or, sorry, 15. So it's 15 plus 19.
34.
Awesome. And you're already halfway there.
Yep.
And your opponent's facing down a big old Cine. So, yep. So now you got Lumini Ultra, goes to the discard pile, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now it goes back to your opponent. Okay. So your opponent has their turn. And now we're going to show people how to defeat a Cine since you... So we're going to just flip this around. So now you have to show people on the video how you have to overcome this. Alright? So, go ahead and draw your 5 cards since you have no cards in hand. And I'll remove your markers for you. Okay. Before you play that one, you have a different Animo you can play, right? Okay. So what's Trusty's ability?
For each trustee in your discard pile, you may remove 1 cost to activate this animal.
And how many Trustees do you have?
Two.
So you have 2 Trustees. So now he only cost 1, right?
Yep.
Okay. What else you got in hand?
I have a flipper, Sunny, and a Mayseal.
Okay. So, are you going to use Mayseal this turn?
No.
Okay. So, how about you go ahead and discard Mayseal for the time being? Okay. And would you like to use your True Blues ability to go grab your Armorino level 1? Because Armorino's ability will get you that power card you discarded earlier. Yep. So True Blue is going to go to your discard pile, and Armorino is going to take his place.
Once per turn, as long as this card is in your small group, you may place one faith power from your discard pile into your power pool. I'm doing a lot of searching in my...
Your discard pile?
Yep.
Well, that's what Faith does. Alrighty. So, now you have... Yep. Would you like to play Flipper on your opponent? We'll say they defeated your Scorch, and then they played a Scorch on you. So you want to play a Flipper on them?
Which side do you use?
Well, Flipper says that if your opponent has 40 or more points... Hold on one moment. Okay. So, if your opponent has 40 or more points, you can reveal to them the 17. And since you have 34 points, your opponent probably is getting up to the same point, so you'll probably only be able to reveal the 7 to them. Okay? Okay. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power cards. And this guy cost 1. So what is the best use of your Animo to activate in order to get the most bang for your buck?
I can activate these two and then do it.
Yeah, but then you'll still have, because he only costs 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll still have 2 power cards left. So you could either choose to activate Lumini level 2, or you can choose to activate Armorino level 1, or you can choose not to activate either of them because we know that they both grow.
Not to activate.
Okay then. So. Yep.
And then I take my marker.
Yep.
I'm going to use that.
Okay. So how did you know you defeated him?
Because 10 plus 6 is 16.
And 16?
And he is 16.
He has a 16 defense. That's right. So as long as you match it or have more. Yep. And what happens if you get more points?
Then you get the point and you get to mark it.
Awesome. All right. So your Believer and Trusty go to your discard pile, but a Believer has its action. And I think there's a big old Animo sitting in there that you might want to grab. So a Believer is going to add Lumini Ultra to your hand.
I don't have it.
Alrighty. And your opponent has their turn, and they're going to defeat the Flipper. And now it is your turn. So you have 1 card in hand, so how many cards do you draw?
4.
Okay. Did you get the big guy?
No.
You got a big guy.
1.
Alrighty. So are you going to play both your Lumini Ultras?
No. Only 1.
Only one of them?
Because I don't have that many.
Okay, well before you activate them, you still have other cards in hand, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Give him a Cine.
Yes,
Okay. Do you want...
Trusty.
Okay.
And a story.
So that story says you can play it and draw 2 cards. Or if it's the last card in your hand, you draw 4.
It is the last card.
Well, you have Lumini here who's technically in your hand. So you're going to play that? Play Fishing Nets? Play it and draw 2 cards. Oh, you got the other Trusty?
Yep.
Okay. Ooh, you're getting really close, aren't you? So get that Lumini Ultra into your hand. Okay. All right. So are you ready to win this game?
Yep.
All right, how are you going to win it?
Just put Lumini Ultra on here.
But that one's in your hand. You can't activate that one.
What? Oh, wait. This one.
Okay, how many points does it cost? Or how many... So how many power cards do you need to pay to activate it?
4.
That only gets you 15 points. How are you going to win the game? Well, you still have Trusty. How many power cards do you need for Trusty?
3.
I know, buddy. You want a sippy cup?
1, 2. There was 4 Trusties in there, so Trusty's free.
Yep, so Trusty's free. Okay. So now that gets you 25 points. But you know one place where you made an error?
No.
Okay. You could have won this turn.
How?
Because this would have gotten you 25 points, and you're at 34. That would leave you with needing just one more point to win. So would you like to know where your misplay was?
Yeah.
He cost 1. You have 1 left, but
I
it's your
can't-
Truth Seeker.
Yeah, I can't.
But you know what you could have done differently?
Oh.
Yep. Looks like we got one more turn to play out, though.
Okay, let's go to the discard pile.
So you're at 59 points. So this one goes... So these are in your hand, okay? You still got to draw your 3 cards. Levi, you're getting restless, buddy. Well, all right.
I will do... I already know.
And just discard it just to get the win real fast?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when your mom and I play, even if we can just win by activating one animal we already have, we always go big and we take like an extra long turn to get as many points as possible. Just to show what the deck can do. But, so you won the game by getting 60 points. And we were able to show how you play Cinnies, defeat Cinnies, play power cards, play story cards. She grew several Animo. We didn't quite explain that, but you have to have the level 1.
Before you can activate the level 2 or the level 3.
Exactly.
Which I have somewhere else.
Yep. So, we're going to bring this video to a close. Alright, so in the meantime, Truth Seekers, keep learning virtues and defeating Cinnies.